Apologize for my voice ahead of time here. Been a little bit under the weather, combined with some real demanding practices the last couple days. Was not a good combination for the voice. But I thought we did some good things. I think our effort is what stood out to me. Was much better than Sunday. We had much more of a defensive mindset. That was the emphasis, certainly, after last Sunday's game. And that was obvious, I thought, by how hard we played. Our effort level, our mindset was different. Thought our leadership from our older guys was good, and thought we communicated better tonight. Obviously, the thing that stands out that, what we need to do better is take care of the ball. We're playing at such a faster speed right now than we ever have. And, I use the analogy with my friend down in the locker room. I said, you can give somebody a Ferrari, but they got to know how to drive it, and we're figuring that out and not trying to make sure that we're going to play at that speed, but not be sloppy. And I thought we were sloppy a little bit at times. We've got to improve taking care of the ball. We'll take a look at how we turned it, why we turned it, amongst other things tomorrow when we come in and work out. They're going to get Sunday and Monday off to mentally and physically refresh bodies and minds. And then on Tuesday, we start a 3-day prep for the home opener a week from tonight. It's an exciting time, and we're looking forward to continuing to work to get better every day, to max out every day. Questions for the players?
Mike, how are you feeling physically?
I feel fine physically. I feel great. Yeah, I just caught my quad just was locking up. Probably didn't drink enough water and hydration. That's about it.
Mike, what's this process been like to get back from surgery? And I know the coaches are trying to get you incrementally better. Just what's it been like, and what do you think you did from game 1 to game 2 here?
To be honest, it's probably been one of the hardest things I've done in my life basketball-wise. It's been a tough task, and I still, at this point right now, I'm not the player I want to be, and I still got a long way to go. But nothing in life is easy, and everything worth having, you got to work for it. My conditioning still has ways to go, and my knowledge of the game. But I feel like if I keep doing a good job listening to the coaches, my teammates have been really confident with me. And then one thing that really sticks out to me is the guy that plays my position, Maverick Morgan, has done a great job with helping me keep my confidence up, and he's teaching me about the game, and he's a guy that I'm really even with bad days. This is a guy like I said, same position. He's keep your head up, you're gonna get it. So stuff like that has really helped me out with my confidence when I see my teammates and coaches have my back. So like I said, I just gotta keep getting better every day in practice.
Jalen, what do you think changed game 1, game 2 for the team and yourself? Shots went down a little more today.
Personally, I don't really focus too much on my shooting, but as a team, I feel like our mentality is a lot better. We know what we're capable of as a team, but I feel like through practice and learning from our mistakes and watching film from our first exhibition game, we capitalized off of some of our mistakes, and we still got ways to go, which we're going to work on the things that we did wrong in this exhibition. So just learn from our mistakes and keep progressing and growing as a team.
Mike, perfect day from the field for you. Just what was maybe a little different today about you finishing around the basket than the first exhibition?
I guess, obviously just a day where shots were falling, and then it's probably going to be some games where my shots don't fall as well, but that's where you just got to continue to play hard. I might have games this year where I go 2 for 7, 1 for 8. Some games I might go 7 for 9, so I don't never really look at how many shots I make, because your shot's not going to fall every night for any player. So one thing that I'm trying to focus on and we're trying to come up with is our defensive identity, and myself included, just trying to improve that.
Jalen, what did you think about the offensive pace tonight, and how does that make you guys more dangerous offensively?
I feel like running at a faster pace, we put a lot more pressure on the defense, especially with our personnel. We got a lot of people who can drive. We got a lot of people who can shoot in the spacing. So running the floor definitely checks our opposing teams on whether or not if they're conditioned to run. And we still got some ways to go, like I said, offensively and defensively, on not turning the ball over and executing the offensive sprinting. So we like we said, we're running at a faster pace, and that's something we're improving on. But we still got some things we have to work on with transition and pushing the ball offensively.
Mike, what's the hardest part about coming back from your injury, playing at a faster pace, maybe a little bit this year? What's been the hardest adjustment for you with this new speed of the game?
I think for me, and some players struggle with it differently. Obviously, I'm a player, and I admit the struggles a little bit more than others. It's probably the conditioning aspect of it. Coming back, I did work hard during the summer to cut my body fat under 10%, and I thought I was going to just walk back into practice and be similar to what I was. I don't know if y'all saw Iowa State UAB when I was playing at a high level, and that first week or two of practice, I got slapped in the face. Like I said, it was just damn, I mean, wow, can I even play ball anymore? But like I said, teammates and coaches have had my back, and they keep pushing me every day to just they're telling me, you're going to get it back, all of them collectively. So that's been a big help to me, and I'm thankful for it.
All for the players? Okay. We'll let them go.
Good job, guys. Something to eat. Get something to eat, dog.
Hey, my coach, 'cause he sounds like Barry White right now. So.
I do, and I wish I could sing like him. I wish I could sing like him. Watch your head, Bo. We don't need another concussion or contusion I've heard those words too much in my lifetime. Actually, even in the last year or two. Questions?
John, obviously too many turnovers, but what did you think of? It seemed like Jalen and Tracy really pushed that tempo, and did you like how they did that?
I did, yeah. Thought they were really, obviously to have two guys that are that experienced and Tijon to have 3 point guards of that caliber and to push the ball at that pace and, quarterback our team and communicate. And I thought the communication of those guys, in particular the two older guys, was off the charts. I mean, you could just feel it out there. They were leading themselves. And I expect that. They're older, and I've been on them a little bit here this past week to do more, take more ownership. And, I thought they certainly pushed the pace and did a great job of communicating and making sure that we were connected.
John, looking at Tracy specifically, after being out for 2 years, I mean, are you a little bit surprised at how smooth he is running things? He looks really good out there right now, and after being out 2 years, you thought maybe a little more rust, but it seems like he's really in the flow.
Yeah, I think part of it is he just, I can't emphasize enough how tough he is. I mean, just his toughness mentally is it's up there in the top 5% of all players I've ever coached. So that which starts there, and then what Paul and Fletch did with him, over the last 2 years is unbelievable. I mean, you think about all the things that he does now athletically and different drills and things that we test. All his stuff's higher than it was before the 2 injuries. That's pretty amazing. And that's a tribute to how hard the kid works, a tribute to what Paul and Fletch have done with him, and he's a special guy.
John, when Mike comes off the court limping, how maybe big a sigh of relief was it when he was able to tell you it was just a quad?
A big sigh of relief. The best quad injury ever.
I guess another thing, you had a list of things that you maybe didn't like in the WashU game, and maybe besides turnovers, did you like more about this?
Yeah, I mean, I'll watch the film and get a more true analysis of the game, but, I thought that, if I was nitpicking it, which is what I'm supposed to do, turnovers were an issue. I thought we were a little sloppy. I thought that to start the second half, we gave up 2 layups again, very similar to what happened in the WashU game, and I called the timeout and we got that straight, and then we were good after that. So that beginning of the second half defensively was not great. Those first 2 possessions, you don't want to give up 2 layups to start a second half. I didn't think that was very good. We got to get that cleaned up, and it was really just a lack of communication on a simple back screen. And then I thought when we got the lead late, the one lineup was in there, went hero ball too much for me. Guys started jacking shots, Then we hadn't done that the whole game. Just because you have a lead doesn't give you a license to do that. We want to play the right way. So those are probably the 3 things that stood out without having watched the film that I'd like to get corrected and cleaned up. The positives, I thought, were offensive rebounding effort was much more consistent. I thought the pace that we pushed the ball was much more consistent. I thought our mindset and intensity on the defensive end was much more consistent. So those are kind of what I saw there live, and obviously we'll take a look at the film.
Tijon late to study hall?
No, Tijon does what he's supposed to do. He's been good with that stuff.
Your decision to just hold on to him until the third quarter?
Obviously those other 2 guys played really well and have been playing really well, and as always, players got to play players. Obviously he's really talented and gifted, like I mentioned earlier there with Jeremy. We're fortunate to have 3, really good point guards, and we're gonna need all 3 of them.
He's definitely going to be playing this season.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. We're playing him now. We're playing.
Was there any defensive grouping of 5 that really stood out for you today?
No, I thought it was overall just the fact that we could keep fresh bodies in there allowed us to maintain our consistent intensity on the defensive end without wearing down. We kept guys pretty fresh. I thought that allowed us to guard the ball better than we did last week. I thought our intensity was better defensively.
There was a period maybe when you jacked it up. Were you satisfied with the 3-point shooting in terms of how quickly you took some of them?
Yeah,
okay
sure.
With you?
Most of them, except for just that one stretch. And obviously you want the right guys shooting them. Like if you watch Golden State, most of them are taken by Durant, Curry, and Thompson.
Yep.
So, we want the certain guys shooting those shots. That's one of Jordan's roles. That's J. Cole's role. Hill, obviously. Tracy's become a much improved shooter over his time here. I mean, I got a lot of confidence in him. Fanky, we want those guys. They've got the green light. When they're open. Obviously taking time and score Lauren into consideration.
John, after what Mav did at the end of last year, he seems like he's taken that into these couple exhibitions in the off season. Just how much more is your faith growing in him, and just I mean, have you seen a player kind of make this kind of surge?
Oh, no question. He's gotten much better. I mean, I think about where he was as a freshman until now. I mean, it's, and he's really smart. He's really a smart basketball player. He sees things. He's very insightful. I enjoy talking to him, about different things we're running. What does he see? He really has tremendous awareness for the game when he's out there, both ends of the floor, that doesn't show up on a stat sheet. So, and obviously his production in addition to that has increased, Jeremy. You see what he's capable of doing here, not only towards the end of last year, but obviously he's off to a pretty good start right now. Yeah, Michael's his strength is the strength coach likes to remind me. I think he tells me in layman's terms because I'm not as smart as him, but he likes to remind me that muscles move bones, and Finky's muscles are moving his bones right now. Athletically, he's stronger, he's more athletic, and those things have really, really helped him. And today he showed his capability to be a dual threat player. Because most people think of him as a perimeter skill set guy exclusively because of what he's worked on, the extra weight he's added, and how much stronger he's gotten. He can hurt you inside and out, which makes him very versatile.
John, you did a much better job with post-entry passing, going inside out on offense. How important is that for you guys going forward as you get into the the Division I portion of the schedule?
Yeah, really important. We've got there for a while. I don't know. I mean, probably couple years for sure, we really didn't necessarily have a low post presence. We had to play a little bit differently. But we've got 6 guys, 2 of them are wearing polos today, that are really, really good down there. I mean, like you can throw them the ball and they can get it up on the rim and play in the low and long post, and they're really gifted down there. So obviously we want to throw those guys the ball. When you have 5 or 6 guys like that can play down there, I think it's a real asset.
Anything else for Coach? Lauren, do you have a question about the Cubs?
How'd that turn out? Yeah, they won. Stayed up for that one. That was an unbelievable game. It really was. I was rooting for him, even though I'm a Reds fan. And but Fink told me that he couldn't root for him because he says if you're a Cardinals fan, you're a true Cardinals fan, you can't root for the Cubs. He said it's not possible. So Finky was pretty staunch with that. But I don't know if I bought that, but I'll give it to him. He was committed. He was committed. Yeah. So but I'm happy for the Cubs fans. And you know what's interesting? The part I enjoyed the most was listening to the players talk about the meeting they had after the rain delay, how much they care for each other, they play for each other. You know, I thought that was really neat. And you never know, we may use some of those clips with our guys. Mother Nature helped them. Yeah. Thanks, guys.